You guys,
here we are
in the flesh. You and me and us and together, all of us
together.
Hi, this is 30ish podcast. It's been a while.
It's been since last year.
It's literally been since we haven't seen you since 2021, guys. No. That's the best joke of all. But also, it's been a long time.
It has,
and we miss you. And hi, welcome.
What happened before? Were we just busy with life?
We were just busy with life, and then I had that wedding like the week of Christmas.
That's right.
And then
you had a lot of
you
dinners.
Went to Miami,
and then
I did. I had the busiest fucking month of my year.
That's right.
Brie and Carmel, if you need some private chefery.
Hell yeah, and that was awesome for you. And then I got the vid from
Shay got
Miami.
COVID.
I know everyone's shocked.
Shay went to Miami, and then she came back with the Roni.
The Roni. Again, the third time. Hopefully that was the last time.
Hopefully. What the fuck?
I don't know. Variants just change more time.
It really likes you.
It really does.
But your body's like,
yeah.
Just get. This is old news.
It seems to be like that cycle, right? So I was getting it so I got it in February of 2020. Then I got it in January of 2021.
You've got every variant.
And then I got it in January of 2022. So
they're like, where's Shay?
That seems to be my antibodies are just like, we're done. About a year. To the day almost. So
that's
is what it is. It's fine. It's fine. I'm here now, so I missed everybody.
We're good. Yeah, we've missed everyone.
Yeah.
The most. How are you guys? How are you?
I'm solid. I mean, we're gonna play the whole thing where I didn't read my notes for 4 weeks, and we're gonna go on that journey together, and that's great.
And we're gonna
like true professionals.
It's gonna be great. Well, it's fine because I just finished mine today, so it's fine.
Well, I'm excited.
So that's usually how it goes for me.
So nothing has changed.
My topic, that is, because here on 30ish, we roll the dice for different topics that we'll talk about on the next podcast. If you have no idea, if you've
what's
never
happening
been here before.
If this is your start of your 30ish journey.
If you're beginning to be 30ish, I feel like you're 30ish when you're like 26.
It kind of is like 26 is the new 30ish.
You know? Yeah, hear that, Austin?
But then you time travel back because everyone's like, oh, yeah, no, 36 is like the new fucking 25. I'm like, you say that every single year I get older, Rachel.
Literally, when I'm in my 40s, like, that's the new 30s.
That's going to be the new 30s, which actually is kind of true.
It is.
Yeah.
And also, like, just a little, I don't know what word I'm trying to use, but like, like the Golden Girls, like those ladies.
Jeez. It's been a rough time
It's been a rough time.
We lost America's grandma and America's dad.
Dude.
Isn't that so sad?
Fucking Danny Tanner.
So sad.
May they rest in peace.
Well, they're just up there slumming it.
They're just like, it's like taking off a tight shoe. Have you ever heard that? Ramdas?
No.
Ramdas! Hey! You know what that is?
No.
He's some like he's like a meditation, transformation, imagination, pronunciation.
Perfect.
Station.
You sound...
He's a man. But anyways,
got it.
He's like, death is like taking off a tight shoe.
Oh.
You're just like,
I mean, I guess...
I'm free, bitch!
I guess that's one way of saying it.
I mean, that's one way. That's how Ram Dass puts it. But anyways...
I get it.
Here we are. Sad that we've lost those two fucking incredible people. Yeah. But anyways, but Golden Girls, like, they were, like, in their 60s.
Yeah, and they were fucking...
But, like, look at, like, people in their 60s now. Like, we don't, like, they're like, I'm not gray hair.
No.
Short. I don't, like, everyone had short gray hair.
Yeah. It's true.
Not everyone, obviously.
I get what you're saying.
Anyways, what the fuck? You guys, this has been so long. We don't even know what to do.
We don't know what we're doing anymore. It's
I don't even know what I'm saying anymore.
It's okay.
Actually, I pretty much say that every time.
We do. But it's only because we haven't been as consistent as we want to be. But it's fine. It's going to be new year, new us.
New year, new you. We got some fucking cool, exciting things.
We do.
In the works.
Brewing up. So stay tuned.
So get ready for that.
It's going to be great. It's going to be a good year.
It is going to be a good year.
It's going to be a good year for
Goodyear tires. It's going to be better than those. Mm-hmm. It's going to be better than Goodyear tires.
It's going to be better than Michelin star tires.
Yeah. Fuck that Michelin Man. We're better, bitch. I don't even know. Oh yeah, we drink every time we do this. What are we drinking today?
We're drinking the same thing we did last year.
Which it's been so long, so we had to redo it. Because it was actually one of our best drinks of the year, probably. Yeah. Because I'm a slacker.
And you have drank all of it before we really have even gotten started.
Me and Shay were talking before this, so I was just like,
It's been a time. Yeah. And it goes down like butter.
It's been another time. It is going down like butter.
It's essentially like...
it's like I don't really drink a lot of butter.
I don't know about you.
But when I do,
so it's fine.
It goes down smooth.
It does go down smooth.
You know?
It's essentially like a spin on like a Moscow Mule, but with tequila.
Yeah, let's remind them, or if they've never been with us or weren't with us last episode, what is this?
It's like a Moscow Mule, but it has tequila, and then it has, we didn't get the mint on there, but
that's
usually
fine.
You muddle
or
a bunch
the
of
sparkler.
Fucking mint, and there's a sparkler. And then you splash it up with some ginger beer. But yeah, it's
want to know what ginger beer we used? It was Cock and Bull.
There you be.
It's not local, but it's good.
It's delicious.
And it's smaller than Schweppes.
Oh, Schweppes.
Schweppes ginger ale.
I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
So support Cock and Bull.
Always
if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
The cocks and the bulls. Perfect. The bulls? Like, what am I doing?
Holding the bull's balls.
Because they're
this big.
I mean, bull's balls are huge, and you can eat them, and they're called Rocky Mountain oysters. Okay, they're not that big, and they're yellow.
What?
When they're raw.
Ugh,
we had to cook them in culinary school. Okay, and then one of this kid I went to culinary school with was like, "You guys want to dare me to eat this raw?" And like
no.
7 people were like, "Yeah, I'll give you $20," and he ate it raw. And I was like, "I'm not giving you money to eat something stupid. That's dumb." But he did it, and it was a raw bull testicle. He didn't die.
I was joking.
He's quite alive.
I would imagine so. I'm sure that's not the first foul thing that he's put in his mouth. So
he would like eat Burger King like 3 months. Like, he would, sit... Not 3 months. I swear to God, he would let Burger King sit out on his counter for, over a week and would eat it.
How do you know this?
Because he was my friend, and he was a weirdo. Yeah, he was my friend, too.
Well, that's some,
I got all sorts.
You got all sorts. Okay.
And one of them ate raw bull testicles.
And then would eat, what,
He fell off the face of the earth, kind of. I mean, he's alive, but
Are
I
you
don't
sure?
know what's going on. I'm pretty sure he's alive.
Okay.
I did have an update from my other friend who was like, "He's alive." And I was like, "He's alive?" And he's like, "He's alive." And I was like, "Great."
That was it. That's a
that's
good story. That's a good story.
Hopefully he listens to this, Aaron. You know who you are. Anyway,
I'm sure
he doesn't. He might.
I don't know. Anyway.
Should we record our fucking podcast episode?
We probably should. What did you roll? You rolled a wild card.
I rolled a wild card, so I picked it real good.
I rolled history. Mine.
And I've already brought up a little bit about what I'm talking about
I'm excited.
today.
Okay.
Can you guess?
Food or balls or sex or both. You haven't talked about sex.
You'll never know until you listen.
It's true.
On Sunday when this comes out. Not right now on the Instagram Live.
No. But
on Sunday when you're listening to this right now, which is you guys are about to hear
soon.
In about 1 minute.
In 1 minute, yeah.
What'd you roll?
I rolled history, and it doesn't. It pertained back.
Someone's
just
watching
The
The Office.
Yes. It pertained more when we were originally supposed to record this episode, but it's fine. It's still going to be a lesson. It's not your fault.
It's all our fault.
It is. It's
and
fine.
it doesn't matter.
It's Buddha's
you know
fault.
what? Because we're here now. And now.
Living in the present.
That's all that matters.
It's true.
Living in the present moment. That was real dumb.
We should just keep going.
You guys, I drank most of my drink. Remember?
Yeah.
Don't forget that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So should we start this thing? I'm going to try and turn this off with my toe.
I think we're going to start this. Okay. Well, here's my first task of the night to shut off the Instagram.
Yep. It's always a good.
All right. Bye-bye.
Okay.
Thanks for joining us.
It's happening.
Oh, are we on?
It's happening now.
Okay. Just kidding. I don't know. Okay. Hi. Hello. Shay just told me she just watched The Breakfast Club for the first time in her life.
Just COVID cough in my microphone.
Yeah, let's not do that.
I just did, so sorry about it.
Perfect.
It's fine.
Good thing I don't use that one.
Exactly.
But I'm not 6 feet
away.
Yeah,
you guys, I'm kind of a fucking weirdo, even though, like, I like weird-ass movies, and I deem myself a fucking nerd at heart, but, like, clearly I missed the mark on some things. So yeah,
did you like it?
Yeah, it was good. I mean, I was a little high for it, but you know,
that's good.
Yeah, so it was really good, but it's definitely
high on crack.
Yep, just the dopes.
Knew it.
But yeah, it was. I mean, would I watch it again? Probably not. I mean, I guess it was more fun when we were like in high school, and it was like old school. Right.
It was like, oh my god, this is so neat.
Right. So
when I saw it like a normal person when I was in high school.
When it was relatable.
When it was super relatable.
Right.
And you were like, yeah, the fucking weird.
I just couldn't get past what's his face's
hot.
Right, but I couldn't get past like what's his face's weird ass nose. He looked like he was like part crow.
Emilio?
No.
I don't know what you're talking
Not
about.
the head coach of Mighty Ducks.
The dude?
The guy.
The fucking trench coat, and I forget his name. I'm sorry.
I can't remember what his name is either. So, like, I couldn't get over, I couldn't look past his fucking nose.
Well, maybe you need to look past the exterior, Shay, and see within.
I just couldn't.
Sorry. It's okay. Asshole. You're only human, Shay. Blame it on human nature.
God damn it. But it's fine.
Tell them that it's human nature. Okay?
Oh, I will. And I'll ask why.
Michael Jackson.
Why? All right. God, that. So I closed my eyes, and it was like I was at his concert in 1985. It was just like it.
Wow. Yep. Okay, just trying to warm up my pipes for my birthday karaoke Sunday, yes. Which is the day this comes out. So if you're listening to this, the day it comes out.
Just so everyone knows, like, I'm going to her party, but, like, she didn't come to mine, but it's fine.
I know. I'm a huge bitch.
I know.
I'm sorry.
It's whatever. It's fine.
Well, you were at a comedy show, and I was at a fashion show working.
You could have come out for a drink.
I could have, and I forgot because when we were just on a path home, and we were like,
I'm just
tired.
Joking. It's fine. It's fine.
I'm the worst
no,
friend.
You're fine.
I'm not the worst friend.
You're fine.
But I have been in the past.
You're fine.
Maybe.
You have some good stories, though, so it's good.
Perfect. You're the worst friend, but like...
You have some good stories, though, when it's funny.
It's
nice.
Sad. I'm gonna be better.
You are better.
New year, new Brie.
Okay, so what are we talking about today?
Sorry. I'm such an interrupter.
No.
Interrupting cow moo.
Yeah. Great.
Okay, so I rolled wild and I chose pop culture, but really it's pretty much history.
Okay.
Because today...
What are we talking about?
I'm talking about motherfucking Betty White.
You're gonna give us like a little synopsis of her life?
Yeah, and I thought that I put her whole name in here, but I didn't.
Some cool shit that she did?
Yeah, and I'm just gonna give some like fucking highlights to her life because she did a lot more than just Golden Girls, which I know all of you guys know. But do you know? Do you? Do you know? Also, guys and gals and peoples.
Yeah, whatever your pronouns are.
Whatever you are.
Yeah.
Jackrabbits and willows.
Jackalopes, if you will.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You can get a hunting license for those in Wyoming, by the way. Anyways.
Which is tight.
Mm-hmm. So, Betty White. What was I even going to say? I just fucking forgot.
Something about fucking Stony Baloney over here.
I know. Anyways, so basically, Betty White
is amazing.
Oh my god. Wow. Okay, here we go. Okay, so, this is what I was going to say. I also wanted to do this because the day that this comes out is Sunday. And her birthday is the next day, January 17th of this month, because that's January. That's how it works.
We totally
in the world
know what we're doing.
And society.
If you're just listening, we know what we're doing. We're just
like
give
to
us a
make fun of
little bit to
ourselves.
grease the wheels, okay? So here we go.
Yeah, it's fine. But her birthday's Monday, and she was born in 1922 because unless you live under a rock, which is fine if you do, and if you don't know that, this is fine. Betty White was going to be 100 years old on January 17th.
Yeah.
And may she rest in peace.
She's partying.
She is golden.
What is it?
She is fucking golden light.
She is. And now she literally is golden light. She's just the sun rays on all of our skin now.
She is, and she can be
gross
because
and
she's
creepy,
infinite. It's gross. No, it's a nice golden.
It's not like a golden
caress.
shower, but it's it's different.
Betty White is giving her golden caress of light
I like that.
on us now. Okay, she's shining. She loves it. She's loving it. Anyways, so she was born in 1922 in Oak Park, Illinois, and spent over 8 decades behind and in front of the camera, actually, because one of her earliest roles was in 1930 as an 8-year-old girl, and she played a crippled orphan on a show called Empire Builders, and this show wasn't just any show, it was on the radio, because literally shows weren't on TV back
Which
then.
is
really.
like, I'm going to sound like an old man, but I'm just like, that is
They were
kind
on
of
TV.
insane to think about, right?
Yeah.
So like that, not even 100 years ago, like that was...
Yeah.
Everyone come around this fucking big old talking box.
Yep. Seriously. So, yeah. We're kind of bringing it back.
It kind of
Podcasting is like bringing back the
radio is coming
gather
back
the
with a
family
vengeance.
around.
Yeah, it's coming
Except maybe not for this one.
No.
My aunt told me, she's like, sometimes I'll put your podcast on, but she literally runs a daycare.
Oh.
And then she's like, and then I forget that I probably shouldn't. And I was like, yeah, don't. You probably
Or do.
shouldn't.
Like, that's amazing.
I mean,
Influencing television.
culture, people.
Right? That's all we do. Like, fucking kids, Columbus Exchange. Remember that for, like, 3rd grade when someone asked a question about Christopher Columbus.
This is the real history lesson, people. Okay,
true.
listen with your kids. Probably. They should know about dicks, too. Because we don't learn properly about anything like that either in school.
Do we talk about that on
We
this
don't
podcast?
talk about,
Okay.
like, anatomy and, like,
We sure
the
don't.
real sex education.
Only for Shay's dates.
But
and also, we don't talk about myself in the 3rd person, so I'm sorry about that, too. God,
also,
what
like,
a loser.
Shay, don't go in the river with the boy that you didn't want to go on a date with anyway.
Right?
Anyways.
Go on.
Betty White, guys, because
Betty White.
this is going to take a while.
Okay.
I got to get through some
Don't worry, guys. Mine will
She
not.
has a fucking 100 years of life.
It's a long dash,
that
dude.
I didn't know a lot about
It's a long dash.
today and the other day and the day before that. Anyways, so Empire Builders, she was a crippled orphan on a radio show when she was 8. And you just talk it through.
Can I just say, like, and I will stop interrupting you, but, like, I just imagine Betty White as a smaller version of old Betty White.
Literally,
as a child.
she's always been, like, even when she was, like, 22, she looked like she was, like, she didn't look like she was, like, 50, but she was, like, she just has a little old soul, I feel like,
right.
you know?
Like, but do you know, like, how, like, when you look at, like, so for instance, like, that is my grandma over there in that picture, and she's probably 18, but she doesn't look like that anymore.
No.
Where I feel like Betty White looked like Betty White even when she was.
She was. That's 1,000% true.
Yeah.
So yeah, she started early at 8 years old on the radios, guys. So 1 month after her high school graduation, we're jumping forward, okay?
Yeah, we have
got
to.
it. We gotta. 100 years.
We don't need a participation awards. It's fine.
She and a classmate sang songs from this musical called The Merry Widow on this experimental television show, which was basically, it was like a medium of television that was still in development. And it actually, like, it was like a sketch comedy, like not comedy,
Okay.
but like it was kind of like a sketch
Like a
show,
like a variety
show.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
like this was unheard of at this time. And actually after she did this, it was like featured in the World's Fair or some shit.
Which is awesome.
Because it was like the new thing. Yeah, dude. Like,
It's amazing.
please.
Make a note of that.
So yeah, this was 1939. Just to give you guys some reference. So After that, she found work modeling. She had her first professional acting job at the Bliss Hayden Little Theater. Okay. After the United States entered World War II in 1941, she volunteered for the American Women's Voluntary Services, and her assignment was driving a PX truck with military supplies to the Hollywood Hills. Okay. Sorry, I forgot to tell you that they moved to Los Angeles, the family.
Okay.
So she was born in Illinois, but they moved to LA, and she pretty much grew up there.
She got in her little wagon, and they went on.
They did. Down the Oregon Trail
100%.
For the gold rush. Just kidding. It wasn't that long ago. So she also participated in events for the troops before they deployed overseas, because they used to do that. They had little shows. I mean, I guess they have shows for them now, but it's usually when they're like there. Mm-hmm. Anyway,
true.
So after the war, White made rounds in the movie studios looking for work, but motherfuckers were like, "You're not photogenic," and she was like, "Oh well,
fuck off.
I'm still going to be in this business because I love it, so I'm just going to start doing some more radio shit." So she was like, she started working and looking for radio jobs. She had she like read different commercials. She played different bits in radio shows, like radio show bits.
Right? Sure, I was like talking about soaps and shit.
Podcasting is basically like bringing that back.
Yeah. It is true, actually.
In a new, very different way.
But it's true.
It's true,
in a way.
Yeah. You can listen and visualize with your mind, you know?
Yep, all the murder stuff that I listen to, so it's great.
Listen. Yeah, it's perfect. So she even sometimes did crowd noises. She got to be a part of it. So like the old crowd reels.
Yeah.
Betty White's voice might be in that, guys. You don't even know. Okay? Listen close. And listen.
She did crowd voices. I love it.
Yeah. So she pretty much did anything to like be in the industry.
Which again, like she's like one of the first ones like that are just like, dude, just don't give up.
And she was a lady, and she was just like, she was just like, fine, I'm just gonna do something else, and I'm just gonna do whatever. Fine, I'll just figure it out. And
good for her.
It was
she didn't give up on her dream.
Really hard.
Oh, I can't even imagine
back then
how many doors got slammed in her face.
I'm sure it was, and then it was even harder before. Like, but she literally like paved the way for for a lot of. She was one of the OGs for sure.
Trailblazer.
We all know. In 1949, she began appearing as a co-host with Al Jarvis, who was a local disc jockey, on his daily live television variety show called Hollywood in Television. And this was her first like television, besides that little experimental thing. This was like her bringing her back to television. So she, it was originally called Make Believe Ballroom in Los Angeles.
Okay.
But yeah, so she hosted the show with this man in 1949, Hollywood and Television. So she then began hosting it by herself in 1952 after Jarvis departed from the show. And the show spanned 5.5 hours of live ad-lib television 6 days per week. I mean, total in the week, it was 5.5 hours. But like, they did it 6 days a week, and it was mostly ad-libbed. And she also would sing a couple songs during each broadcast. She was a beautiful little songbird.
Sweet baby.
And I feel like she definitely sang some things on Golden Girls, but like, I'll talk more about this, but she's a singer.
I've never watched one episode of that.
You're going to have to watch at least
one. I know.
It's so silly and funny and cute and hilarious and 90s.
Well, because isn't it like kind of like 80s. A different, like it's like a, like it wasn't like Sex and the City was like kind of a different spin on it?
No, they were like in a retirement home.
Well, I understand that they weren't like whatever, but wasn't it like, you know, like they each had like their own like one of them was like kind of a salute, and the other one was like, that's what I mean, like the dynamic of the group was kind of like that, but in an old folks home
for sure, yes,
a little more wholesome than Sex and the City.
Exactly. So in 1952, the same year that she began hosting the Hollywood on Television, herself, without Mr. Al, she also co-founded what's called Bandy Productions, which was, again, unheard of for a woman. Which is at that time in Hollywood, really. With writer George Tibbles and Don Fedderson, a producer. And together they created new shows using existing characters from sketches shown on Hollywood on television. So basically, like, they were like the first spin-off shows. So like they would take characters from this one thing,
right,
and then they'd be like, oh, you have your own show now,
right,
kind of thing. So
she was a pioneer.
She also created a show called Life with Elizabeth, which White portrayed the title character. It was originally a live production, and it won Betty White Emmy Award in 1952, which made her one of the first 5 female nominees at the award shows.
Damn.
For an Emmy.
Good for her. She was a pioneer.
Austin, you should fact check me on that one, but I'm pretty sure my multiple sources told me that.
He's going to.
So, also creating these different, like, running her own show and then, like, creating this, you know,
thing.
This thing. Oh my God. Her own fucking, her own production company. Jesus Christ. It allowed her to become one of the few women in television to have full creative control in front of and behind the camera, which, again,
gotcha.
Shit didn't happen a lot for the ladies back then.
No.
And the show was unusual for a sitcom in the 50s because it was co-produced and owned by a 28-year-old woman, Betty White,
right,
who still lived with her parents. She still lived with her parents at 28, guys.
See, guys, it can still happen.
Shit's whatever. Do whatever you need to fucking do to get to where you need to go.
Absolutely.
It doesn't fucking matter. Just do what you need to do. Exactly. Okay? Because you're going to get there no matter what. Just keep going. Anywho.
Correct.
So, here's a little fun fact about her little Emmys. So she was the only woman to have received an Emmy in all performing comedic categories.
Really?
And also holds the record for longest span between Emmy nominations because her first one was in 1951 and her last one was in 2014.
Damn.
Over 60 years, guys.
Jesus.
So she is a fucking badass bitch.
She is.
Anyways, let's get back in our time machine. So we're going back to 1952. She also hosted and produced her own daily talk and variety show called The Betty White Show, where she definitely pushed the envelope, like she always did. And she, again, had almost complete creative control over the show. And it was her own show titled in her fucking name. Badass.
Fucking badass.
She even hired a female director, which was very rare at the time. And in a first for American network variety television, her show featured an African American performer, and the show faced criticism, of course, for the inclusion of this incredible tap dancer and singer. I watched an episode of The Betty White Show with him on it, and I watched the show because I obviously wanted to be like, I gotta support my Betty girl. But anyways. Incredible. So he was a regular cast member, and that was like a first for network television at that time. And criticism followed when NBC expanded the show nationally, and a lot of southern stations in that, you know, the Jim Crow era threatened to boycott unless Duncan was removed from the series. And in response, White said, "I'm sorry, live with it. Motherfuckers!"
Okay.
Yeah, and she gave Duncan more airtime. He was amazing. Anyways, initially the ratings were a success, but they repeatedly changed the time slots, and then the viewership of the show suffered.
Of course it did.
And by the end of 1954, it was canceled. So then she was Vicky Angel on an ABC sitcom, Date with the Angels, and she actually said that it's the only time she ever wanted to get out of a show. So don't watch that one.
Okay.
It only lasted like a fucking year and it didn't have good ratings. So she was right about, she should have listened to her intuition. But it's okay. It's just, you know, it's just a stepping stone.
Yeah.
It is just a stepping stone. So, but the sitcom did give her some positive experiences because of that show, she became like best friends with Lucille Ball because they were on the same Culver Studios lot.
I like that.
They bonded over accomplishments in taking on the male-dominated television business in the 50s. to name one reason why they bonded, and they're also just two badass, hilarious ladies.
Correct.
In the 50s. And then they also relied on one another through divorce, illness, personal loss, and even competed against one another in various game shows, which Betty White was like the queen of game shows back then. She like appeared in all the game shows, like everyone had her as a guest. Fucking Password Plus, Password $1 Million Password, Pyramid, Match Game, To Tell the Truth, like literally everyone.
All the things.
What's My Line? She even married the host of Password, Alan Ludden, which I think was her third marriage, but he was the love of her life. And I'll tell you a little bit more about why he was. Aww. Not why, but like testament to their love. Anyways, she then made her first feature film called Advise and Consent. NBC offered her an anchor job on the flagship breakfast television show Today. Oh. She almost was on Today, guys.
That's weird.
But she turned it down because she didn't want to move permanently to New York City. Thank God, Betty. She listened to her fucking,
That's why she fucking stood the test of time.
She just was like, I don't want to do that. The job eventually went to Barbara Walters. Yeah. How crazy is that, guys? And look at Barbs. Look at Babs. So through the 50s and 60s, she began a 19-year run as hostess and commentator on the annual Rose Parade. But the Rose Parade eventually fired her because she was on CBS so much, because she was also on the Mary Tyler Moore Show.
That rivalry.
Yes.
That's right. She was on the Mary Tyler Moore Show.
She was on it for she appeared on the 4th season, and she played a man-hungry Sue Ann Nivens, and Mary Tyler Moore casted her herself and was like, you're perfect.
I love that.
And White described the character as icky sweet and feeling that she's the very definition of feminine passivity. And also, if you guys do watch Golden Girls, which I'm sure most of you do, it was kind of like more of a Blanche character, which I'll get a little bit more into why I told you that later. Anyways, so she was originally just like a randomly returning character, but she ended up making her a regular character. Mary Tyler Moore did herself, and brought her to the main cast in the 5th season. In 75, the Rose Parade replaced her on the fucking Rose Parade because, again, the rivalry. So then instead, CBS gave her a 10-year run as the hostess of the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, which is way better anyway. I mean, I don't know, but...
Right.
All the fucking blimps. Actually, they're not called blimps. They're just balloons, right? All right, here we go. Keep it going. At the end of the Mary Tyler Moore Show, White was offered her own sitcom on CBS, again called The Buddy White Show, but it was up against the Monday Night Football time slot, and the ratings were quite low, so it only lasted another season. And then from 83 to 84, she had a recurring role on the series Mama's Family. Do you remember that show?
I do remember that show.
Yes.
I never really watched it, but I remember it.
Yeah, and then I feel like it had a woman that dressed up as an older woman too. Mama's Family. She was like a grandma. Mm-hmm. Austin, fact check me. Just kidding. So, and then also in that show was a future Golden Girl herself, Rue McClanahan, who played Blanche. That's not why I mentioned Blanche earlier. I'm still getting to that. Don't worry. Okay. So Betty White originated her character from this show from sketches on the Carol Burnett show in the 70s. And then after that, after she was on Mama's Family in 85, she scored her second signature role and the biggest hit of her fucking career as St. Olaf, Minnesota native Rose Nyland on the Golden Girls. She didn't have like a thick accent or anything, but she had a little bit of. She had a fucking Midwest
I got what you were saying.
Air.
It was beautiful Mount Rose, Minnesota.
Yes. So and it chronicled the lives of 4 widowed or divorced women in their golden years. So,
yes.
And their retirement age in a shared home in Miami. Right where you were, bitch.
That's right. They were in Miami.
They were in Miami, bitch.
That's right. They were in Miami.
So
I mean, that's where I had to go because I was like, this Miami business is a little too hot for me. So like, I needed to go where like all the old ladies are because I got so my role.
Yeah, maybe you needed to go to the old lady homes and play some fucking shuffleboard or some shit.
Clearly. Which is fine.
I mean, you are 30-ish now. Just kidding. So Golden Girls, to remind you, also starred the wonderful Bea Arthur as the really tall, kind of grumpy lady.
I do remember
she wasn't
her.
grumpy. She was just kind of like, had a little
She was like over
stern.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, she was just over it. Exactly. Estelle
I would relate to
Gray, who played the mom, and then Rue McClanahan, who played Blanche.
Blanche was
success. She was the kind of the hoe.
Yeah, she was the hussy.
So,
but the mom was kind of funny, right? Like she was
the mom
just
was
ridiculous.
Just like, yeah, she was hilarious and literally just had no filter and just said whatever the fuck she wanted and didn't apologize for anything and was like, kind of grumpy and hilarious. It kind of was
like the thing like for like the 80s, right? Because that was the 80s, right? Mm-hmm. And then because it was like I watched
old lady.
So like I watched like Who's the Boss?
Oh, okay.
And so it was like Mona was like somebody that had like no filter but she was also like a little sleut.
Firecrack?
Oh yeah, she was a little sleut.
Yeah,
okay. And then she would like chastise her daughter Angela and be like, "Dude, you just gotta go get laid." She didn't say that, but it was inferred.
Okay, got you. Okay. Yeah, she was like that. Yeah, basically. I mean, Blanche was.
No. I get what you're saying. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. Anyway,
yeah.
So. Betty White won an Emmy for Outstanding Actress in a Comedy Series for this show for the first season of Golden Girls. Mm-hmm. And she was nominated in that category every single year of the show's run.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Because she a bad bitch. So, and that character was just fucking hilarious and perfect.
Right.
White was originally offered the role of Blanche.
Of course.
Because it was very similar to that character that she played on that other show, the Lifetime of
Lifetime. I thought
or no,
the Mary
it was the
Tyler
Mary
Moore
Tyler Moore show. Yes, I'm sorry.
I've been listening.
Shay was listening. Good, you caught me.
Pop quiz.
And Rue McClanahan, who ended up playing Blanche, was actually going to play Rose.
Okay,
but Jay Sandrich, the director of the pilot, suggested that since they had played similar roles in the past, they should switch it up.
Yeah,
and thank fucking the Lord he did that because they were literally perfect. Both of them were like, I could not even envision either of them being the other person.
Right.
Because they played their characters so fucking well.
Right.
So just know that, okay? And Betty White originally had doubts about her ability to play Rose, but until Sandrich explained to Rose that she was terminally naive, which literally, if you know the show, she was like if you, I forget the, anyways. She was a naive little lady and took everything super like
literal?
Literally.
Okay,
she took everything literally. Sorry, I can't fucking think.
You're fine.
Took everything super literally and like just was like a little like sunflowers and sunshine all the time. Nothing's wrong. Like
gotcha.
but she's hilarious and hilarious comedic timing and it's just a classic character. As you all know.
Yeah.
So
except for me, clearly, because I'm an idiot.
So another White obviously liked to stand up for human rights. She also stood up for gay LGBTQ rights too, even for back then. And one of the shows for Golden Girls addressed the stigma and misinformation surrounding HIV and AIDS amid the epidemic, which spiked in the 80s, which a lot of shows were not doing that. They were not having that kind of view. And also she starred alongside gay and lesbian characters in the show at the time when depicting queer people on television was super taboo and like unheard. It was like, we don't do that.
Of course.
So, and she also, I feel like I read something, I didn't look this up, which I should have, but I feel like she like spoke at like an AIDS like.
Okay. I mean, that wouldn't shock me that she would do that at all.
Or something, or she was definitely known as an advocate for the community. So she's just loves because she was just like a wonderful example of a fucking human being.
Right. She's just
a good person.
Yeah.
And what, like, just get over it. Anyways, so The rumors are true, if you guys have heard. Betty White and B. Arthur did have a strange relationship. B. Arthur was like the main lady of the one of the main. I mean,
who was she?
She was the tall lady, the stern lady, B.
Gotcha.
Arthur. And they had a strained relationship on and off the set. And Betty White would say, she was not fond of me. She found me a pain in the neck sometimes, and it was my positive attitude, and that made B mad.
Why?
Because she was kind of like an angry kind of lady. Like, I think
Are
in
they
real
all
life too.
gone?
They're all dead.
Are they all gone?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They're healed now, I'm sure.
Oh, I'm sure. But I'm just curious if they were all gone.
They're good now.
Yeah.
No, Betty was the last one.
Oh.
There keeps being memes of like all of them in heaven, like
except for B. She's like,
B
go
B
fuck
made
yourself. I'm just joking.
she's
she's probably
cleansed
there.
her
She
soul.
just is like, I'm over.
Oh yeah,
there.
You're right.
Well, I think there was a funny story, speaking of people that they couldn't really stand each other. It was like, I think Kathy Griffin posted something on Twitter about her memory of Betty White, and like something was going on with like they were behind the scenes of some show and they were laughing about something and being crude about something, and Mary Tyler Moore was there, and I think Betty White said something like, yeah, she's always been like a stick in the mud because like I guess she scoffed and like walked away from them because like they were just being like lewd or something, and so Betty was like, whatever, like she gave no fucks, and that's amazing.
She just, and I'll tell you, she just had
like
an incredible outlook on life. She's
like
always finding humor,
like a polite don't give any fucks, right? It wasn't like she was crass,
no,
but she was just like, dude, whatever, it's
and
fine.
I'm just gonna say funny shit because it's hilarious.
It's fine, like get over yourself
because life's too short to not find the humor.
Like it seemed like she was kind of the lady, like just like, hey, sit down, don't take yourself so seriously.
Yes,
we don't get out of any of this alive, so just figure it out.
Literally, we're all gonna let's live the best life,
right?
So yeah, Betty White even said sometimes if I was happy, B would be furious, which is like so she was sad for herself.
So she had some other internal shit going on, and then she just would get mad. Yeah.
Yeah. And so B. Arthur died in 2009, and White said after her death that I knew it would hurt, I just didn't know it would hurt this much.
Aww.
And despite their differences, The Golden Girls was a positive experience for both actresses, and they had great mutual respect for the show, their roles, and the achievements that they all had made together.
Well, that's at least good.
So that's good.
At least she wasn't like
and
that. And
they're chilling. They're
chilling up there.
Chilling up there, flying around. So B. Arthur would, like, this is how bad it was. It wasn't just with Betty White. B. Arthur would often insist on waiting to leave for lunch until all four of them had finished their work and could leave together. Oh, wait.
What? That sounds like a nice thing to do.
That does sound like a nice thing to do. Well, that is nice. So, okay, I'm sorry. I did when I read that at first, I thought it was like she would like wait till the three of the other girls, but it was all four of them would leave together. So that is good. So it wasn't all
nice.
like
it wasn't all
up, but
animosity.
she obviously had her own little like issues. Apparently, you know. I don't know much about B. Arthur. Maybe I should do an episode on her. Anyways,
yeah, she looks like an interesting gal.
She does. So, the Golden Girls ended in 1992. After Arthur announced that she wanted to depart the series. The McClanahan, Getty, and Betty White, so the people who played Rose, Blanche, and Sophia, who was the mom, did do a spin-off called The Golden Palace, but it was only the three of them, and it was only lasted a season. So, since 92, Betty White has guest starred in countless TV shows, as we mostly know. She made it back to the big screen in the movie Proposal with Ryan Reynolds, who like is obsessed with her, and literally like a week before or like 2 weeks before she died or something, he did like a special or like did something for her birthday, or I don't know. Anyways, she was in a movie with him and Sandra Bullock. She made 22 appearances on the Bold and Beautiful soap opera, among many other things. In 2009, she starred in the famous Snickers Super Bowl commercial. Do you guys remember that one? Didn't she like tackle someone?
Didn't she?
Yeah, that was 2009. I thought that was like 5 years ago.
She's a badass.
Anyways, which that commercial led to a Facebook campaign to get Betty White to host SNL, and it worked.
Yep.
Yes. You guys, that just goes to show how powerful we are as people when we stand up for what we want.
Yeah. Exactly.
If we want Betty White on SNL, she's getting there.
Yes. And she did.
Just get on Facebook.
Which didn't also, like, I mean, it's only because everything has been flooded in, like, right now because of her death. But, like, didn't Seth Rogen say something about that? Like, where she went to an after party and she was, like, this fucking badass that, like, stayed. Like, she even, like she ate, like, a fucking hot dog and was like,
I love her.
Let's go. And she just partied all night. Yeah.
That's amazing. I didn't see that one, but there's been a lot of incredible things about her. Yeah, so the group was approaching 500,000 members when NBC finally confirmed on March 11th, 2010 that she would in fact host Saturday Night Live. Wow. Just jumble my words real quick. And the appearance made her, at age 88, the oldest person to host the show, which was beating Miskel Spillman, who was the winner of SNL's Anybody Can Host contest that was in 1977.
That's a thing?
Like, can you guys do that again?
That's actually pretty cool.
Wouldn't that be bad? Like,
I would not.
I don't know how many times they did that.
Imagine though, like, because for me, like, the cast now, I'm like, I mean, wait, Kate McKinnon's on there still, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I would be like starstruck
actually,
with Kate McKinnon.
Some of the new people, like this new season, I'm like, you guys are actually fucking really funny. There's like a couple of them, but then
I just haven't watched the news cycle, right? So like, I just don't know.
It's literally like this new season that like there's been 2 episodes.
If that had happened like in the 90s, like,
oh no,
with Molly Shannon and like fucking Will Ferrell and
that would have been insane.
Tina Fey and I would just be like, I don't know how to do this. Like, I wouldn't be able to fucking even bounce any. I mean, can you imagine?
No.
Oh my God.
I mean, it would be a dream to be on SNL even with the cast now.
It'd be a dream, but like I couldn't even imagine like trying to like spar with those giants. Like I wouldn't be able to do it. I would
not be able to. I would laugh.
I would. I'd just be like, hard. You're hilarious. And like, it's your fucking line. I'm just like.
That's probably why they don't do that anymore.
Yeah, they probably don't.
It's probably like, you guys are too fucking starstruck. Anyway. So, yep. In June of 2010, she took on the role of Elka Ostrovsky in The House Caretaker on TV Land's original sitcom Hot in Cleveland. She also hosted and executive produced... in 2012 to 2014, she hosted and executive produced Betty White's Off Their Rockers. Do you remember that show? Where senior citizens played practical jokes on the younger generation. Like, she made that up.
The Rockers. I don't think I've seen that one, but I want to.
Oh my God. It received 3 Emmy nominations, and it was hilarious. It was a bunch of old people playing pranks on... It was like, you know, punked, but it was Betty White.
Unlike I don't on remember that, people. But I would have absolutely watched that way over the action
I'm
picture.
sure you can watch it on something.
Old Rockers? Mm-hmm. I want to archive that real quick.
Off Their Rockers.
Off Their Rockers.
All right. She was just the fucking funny lady till the end. That was 2012 to 2014. And not only was she an advocate for human rights, but she was a huge advocate for animal rights throughout her career as well. Most recently in her career, she made a Betty White calendar where it was pictures of her career with various animals. Aww. And then she also launched her own clothing line, and it featured shirts with her face on it, and all proceeds of these go to various animal charities that she supported. She would always be supporting the animals too. In 2012, she won a Grammy for Best Spoken Word Recording for her bestseller, If You Ask Me. So she even won a fucking Grammy.
She's amazing. She just did it all, man. I mean, what
they gonna think I won a Grammy.
What a fucking
That's a Drake
career,
song.
Dude.
Yeah, dude.
I love you.
So in 2015, she made her final appearance on SNL when she attended the 40th anniversary special, as she participated in the Californians alongside Bradley Cooper, Kerry Washington, Taylor Swift,
hilarious.
and Bill Hader. Oh my God, it was so funny.
I can't even imagine.
And then in 2018, her career was celebrated in a PBS documentary called Betty White, First Lady of Television, which she in all honesty, is.
After hearing everything you've rattled off, she 100% is.
Yeah, guys, this is like 7 pages of facts. So I hope that you're still here with us. Oh my God, 46 minutes.
But honestly,
that's nothing.
I mean,
it's literally nothing.
But I mean, like, you would think, like, I kind of also, like, I really thought that Lucille Ball was like the... I mean, and of course she was. She was like a humongous pioneer of television, but like just in a completely different way where I didn't even think Betty White even kind of...
I know.
Do you know what I mean?
You don't... Yeah, because Lucille Ball is... Because she was like...
Right. You just knew her from I Love Lucy.
Betty White was there like this whole time.
Right. Like, and she was doing all this other shit in other ways where, like, yeah, the 50s, like, you don't remember her, whatever, because you remember her from the Golden Girls. But, like, she was doing all this other shit beforehand. So,
I'm sure my grandparents and...
Right. Yeah. But, like, it's just
yeah,
interesting. It's so interesting. Which, by the way, have you watched the whatever Ricardo's movie?
No.
Ricky Ricardo? It's on Prime. It's actually Nicole Kidman plays Lucy Ricardo, and then I don't even know who plays Ricky Ricardo. And it's like kind of like a day in the life of that. It's interesting. I don't know. It was okay. It wasn't like amazing, but it was okay. It was interesting though.
All right. No,
it makes you wonder kind of if that's exactly how her process was, because it kind of shows you like a day, like they read through. It's about a certain like time in her life, and it's just like a week of a production of an episode, and you kind of wonder if how true that was like that, like kind of like her process and how she would build a scene or like the relationships with the crew.
Do good?
She did better than I thought she would, and it was good. It was just weird. But yeah.
I can see how that would be weird.
Yeah.
So in December 2021, before Betty White died, it was announced that a new documentary style movie about her, Betty White: A Celebration, would be released in theaters on her 100th birthday. So January 17th, 2022. It's set to feature a cast of friends including Ryan Reynolds, Tina Fey, Robert Redford, Lin-Manuel Miranda, Clint Eastwood, Morgan Freeman, Jay Leno, Jennifer Love Hewitt, James Corden, Jimmy Kimmel, a bunch of people, Carol Burnett. And in addition to the planned documentary, People magazine featured her as the cover story of its January 10th, 2022 newsstand publication. And a separate commemorative edition to celebrate the anticipated milestone, which were both released days before her death, which is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And with the longest career of any woman in television, Betty White was one of the most respected names in Hollywood, 1000%. She was even awarded the Guinness World Record for longest TV career for a female entertainer in 2014. Because
damn,
she is.
She's a badass.
And she says, when she won the Guinness Book of World Records, she said, "I have no regrets at all. I consider myself to be the luckiest old broad on 2 feet," which she is. Also, she lived a long, fulfilled life, and in 2018 shared her tips for living the fullest life that she's lived. And she said, "Accentuate the positive, not the negative. It sounds so trite, but a lot of people will pick out something to complain about rather than say, hey, that was great. It's not hard to find great stuff if you look."
Aww.
Longtime agent and friend.
She should be a fortune cookie.
Jeff Wittas said he was interviewed like when she died. And he said he actually reported that she was dead, I think, to like the magazines and shit. But he said, "I don't think Betty ever feared passing because she always wanted to be with her most beloved husband, Alan Ludden.
Aww.
She believed she would be with him again." So she's... Isn't that so cute? That is love.
I'll just go cry now.
Betty, you are a badass lady. I love you. But yeah. That's my Betty White presentation for 50 minutes.
You're fine.
Hopefully it'll cut down to about 40.
No, you're fine. But probably.
I think we need a refill on our drink for this next one.
Oh, you know it.
Well, hope you guys enjoyed that 75-year-long rant. Actually, not rant. Dedication to our beloved Betty White. Here we go. And here we are. Wow, was that our first song?
It was.
Was that our first hit single?
Our album drop is going to be dropping in 2023.
I did talk to someone about my 30-ish game.
The Paprika Girls. Sorry.
Perfect. The Paprika Girls?
Yes,
I like that.
That's great. Oh, you did?
I talked to someone about our board game today. It was actually, I went to Native Hill Farm. Shout out, local farm.
Okay.
And one of the girls that's like the main farmer is actually getting married on our property in Windsor next summer.
Oh, cool.
So anyways, she was in there today. And I was like, oh, we were talking, and we were talking about games, and she's like, yeah, my family we love games and like some of the newer card games and stuff. I'm like, yeah, because she follows 30ish, and I was like, yeah, I really want to do a board game for 30ish. And she's like, yeah, I was playing like a trivia game with my family, and like it was all a bunch of boomer trivia, and it's like, I don't want this. And I was like, you're right, we need 30ish.
Yeah, 100%.
So get ready for that, guys. Yeah. Look out for that in a little while.
Soon. Yeah.
I learned the best thing to say instead of saying like, oh, I'm going to do that in a year. Just say soon, because literally that could encompass a lot.
100%.
And you know what? If you give yourself a year, what if it took you like 2 months?
Exactly.
Don't sell yourself short. Say soon.
Say soon. I like it. I like it. Soon.
I'm reading a pretty cool book.
It's like a different version take on the vision board. Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
I'm into it.
Anyway, for the 17-hour long welcome back episode, it's 2022.
That's usually how it goes, so it's fine. Okay, are you ready?
I'm ready. I got my drink.
It's a little bit of history. And again, sorry, this was going to be totally relatable when I was not sick, so it's fine. So I'm going to do the history of the OG Black Friday.
Oh! I like it because it's like, no one wants to hear about that shit during Black Friday. It's too overwhelming as it is, Shay. This is for the best.
Just like the lines. It's going to be great. Okay, here we go.
The history of Black Friday.
The history of Black Friday.
So
okay.
Silly.
So, the first recorded use of the term Black Friday was applied not to post-Thanksgiving holiday shopping, but to a financial crisis, as it usually is. So
let's turn that into...
let's turn that frown upside down.
It literally did.
And it was specifically to the crash of the U.S. gold market on September 24th of 1869.
That happened in 69?
Well, the first gold market crash. Not like the 30.
Well, I heard gold don't... It's not... What? I don't know anything.
Okay.
Keep going.
Okay. So, two notorious ruthless...
It's not what it used to be.
No, it's not. So, two notoriously
it's all about those
ruthless...
NFTs, my nice fucking tits.
Oh, my word.
Did you see my post the other day? That was a post I posted the other day. That's the only reason I said that. / it's true.
Oh, yeah. Sure.
Anyways.
That sounds nice, Brie.
Anyways, NFTs. We got them already. Forever.
Perfect.
Since we were 14 years old.
Yeah, mine was for 13, but I was an early bloomer.
I was probably 16. Let's be honest. I've always been a late bloomer.
Well, that's okay.
Anyway,
get your moment in the sun, not Betty White sun.
I just shine my titties in her golden light.
That's exactly what Christopher wants, and your brother.
What?
Just because I just feel weird because we specifically talked to him in this podcast.
I know.
So I'm just like, God, your brother must really love to hear all of this shit. God.
Sorry. He listens to some weird shit. I'm sorry that I'm your sister.
I guess, or your mother. Like, does she listen to this? No, she don't listen to this?
They don't support me in that way.
Sweet babies.
Just kidding. They do. I work for my dad part time.
This is the first
so I don't
time
have to
that
work
she's
in a
going to be listening to it. She's like, Brianna, we support you in all of with your weird friend Shay. They do, but it's fine. Okay.
They do support it.
They do. Okay, so two notoriously ruthless Wall Street financiers, Jay Gould, I'm probably saying that wrong, so sorry.
That's right.
And Jim Fisk worked together to buy up as much as they could of the nation's Fisk. Like fiscal. I'm just joking.
I don't
like lutefisk. It's been soaked in butter.
That's the reason I said that. Go on. Soaked in lye for a week or two.
It's best with lots of butter.
That's terrific, gorgeous.
We actually got 2 references in this time, which is actually pretty dope for us.
We're good.
Yeah, so they scooped up as much as they could of the nation's gold, hoping to drive up, which sounds just like kind of like a plot for like a early 1920s villain, but whatever. And then they got some railroad yards.
It's like the guy from Rocky and Bullwinkle.
They're gonna exactly, and they're gonna like tie some damsels to it,
to the railroad tracks.
And they were hoping to drive the price sky high and sell it for like astonishing profits. They also rub shoulders with some shoulder rubbing, some shoulder
they're
fucking.
They're getting high up with the shoulders.
Yes, they were rubbing shoulders with President Grant's brother-in-law, using their political connections to prevent the government from releasing gold into the market. However,
isn't it nice when you have those special relations with the government?
It's so weird that it's gone back to even to this time.
So glad that doesn't happen ever anymore.
Yeah, they put a stop to that real quick.
This is the only time that's ever happened. Go on.
Yep. And so on that fateful day of September of 1869, President Grant changed his mind, and he decided to introduce millions of dollars of gold into the circulation, causing the price of gold to plummet. So he was like, fuck you guys, because you fucked my sister. I don't know. That's a lie. I don't know what I'm doing.
I'm not going to do that at all.
No, I'm going to do the opposite because I'm the fucking president. On that Friday.
Do what I want. It's 1872.
Exactly. On that Friday in September the 24th, the conspiracy finally unraveled, sending the stock market into a free fall and bankrupting everyone from Wall Street's barons to farmers. So that Black Friday was very different, obviously. So they called it Black Friday.
Quite the start of what it is today.
To how people were murdering each other for Furbies, 100%.
Yeah. Literally trampling each other.
100%. Which we'll get to some
didn't
good
someone
little
get
stories.
Shot this year?
Did it?
I mean, I'm sure people have gotten shot every year because
I didn't look at 2021, but I got some good stories for some of the years.
Okay, can't wait. Oh, I'm sure.
So when President Abraham Lincoln used the proclamation establishing Thanksgiving, and so we're kind of jumping in a weird whatever, but like he issued the proclamation that establishing Thanksgiving in 1863. He decreed that the holiday would fall on the last Thursday of November. Now, this is just remember this because there'll be a pop quiz at the end. There's not, but
Abraham Lincoln made up Thanksgiving Day.
Because like if you think about it, Thanksgiving, it's not like there's a day that's
what they told me in school.
That the white people were just like, hey, come break bread with us. It was just like an illusion
Shay,
of
that's
time.
what they told me, but I know that you told us the opposite when you did your little podcast episode.
So like they were just making up fucking holidays. So Abraham Lincoln was like, hey, it's going to be on this time so we can show our thanks of how we spread disease and rape and famine. So it's going to be great.
And really, we fucked you guys over, but
100%.
We gave thanks.
Happy Take Your Land Day. So woohoo. So you
guys really served us food, and then we fucked you over
100%. And then we're like, we're gonna take that, and you can go fuck yourself, and then we're gonna decimate your food source. So figure it out, stupid.
And then you're gonna depend on us. Bye.
Exactly.
Perfect plans.
So he did that in 1863. So it's gonna fall on the last Thursday of November, right? So. And it did until 1939, when President Franklin D. Roosevelt signed an executive order to move Thanksgiving. He signed an executive just to move a holiday. So
those were the days.
If it isn't more apparent that Hallmark is not a capitalist in this whole bullshit, like this is a great example that he signed an executive had to do with holiday time, but whatever. So
you know what? This is the most important thing I could do.
100%
with this power,
right? So he signed an executive order to move Thanksgiving to the fourth Thanksgiving of November. To the fourth Thursday of November instead of, because I think there's like 5. Like, so just because it kind of lands weird, so it's always going to land on the 4th now, right? So, so Congress passed that legislation to make the change official in 1941. So why did he move it? And why did Congress?
Because he was power hungry.
Right. So because
Roosevelt was pretty good, right?
Because a powerful correlation of realtors and other business interests asked them to. So it all has to do with money, right? So and
again, that was the last time that had ever happened in the history of the United States.
100%. So their pitch to Roosevelt was that a longer holiday shopping season would be good for the American economy. That sounds, whatever,
what's
dubious.
Good for the goose.
You're right.
Good for the gander.
But remember that the United States was still struggling to shake off the after effects of the Great Depression back in the late 1930s. So this is 1941. So they're just trying to kickstart the economy. So they're like, yeah, just move that holiday up and it's fine. And he's like, okay,
that makes sense.
I'm done. Yeah. So once again, Thanksgiving is just again part of another great lies. So, whatever the idea's economic merits were, Roosevelt was sold, and the day that would later be known as Black Friday marked the official start of the holiday shopping season.
So the original one was back in the 1800s.
Right, but it was just, and Thanksgiving was like on the, it was just decreed like.
So did they Did they like have a Remembrance Day of Black Friday because it was like not a good thing?
What,
like up until
no, it pretty much like got, for the lack of better terms, for the plethora of millennials that is probably listening to this, it got rebranded essentially. Oh, got it. I'm gonna call that actually the rebranding of Thanksgiving. So that's the title. So actually it comes to the next sentence. So the next time the Black Friday term was used was in the 1950s. So police in the city of
Philadelphia, but it hadn't been used since.
So it stopped
that one time.
That was the first time it was used, and it was like a bad, like a bad.
And then they were like, "This is bad." Okay,
right.
got it.
So
now,
wanted
to make sure
this
I'm on
is
the
the
same page.
next time that we use it. I just kind of gave you a little history of like kind of just
what it actually was,
or that, and like just how kind of Thanksgiving can like move around and all that kind of
stuff.
Yeah,
that's
and
important
how
to
kind
know.
of Black Friday was like how they kind of it kind of is like a kind of a bigger like a part of a bigger story, right? Mm-hmm. So like the next time the Black Friday term was used was in the 1950s. So police in the city of Philadelphia used the term to describe the chaos that ensued on the day after Thanksgiving, when hordes of suburban shoppers and tourists flooded into the city in advance of the big Army-Navy football game held on Saturday every year. Not only would Philly cops not be able to take the day off, but they would have to work extra long shifts dealing with additional crowds and traffic. So shoplifters would also take advantage of all the craziness in the stores to make off with merchandise, adding to the like law enforcement headache.
And we just like marketed this?
Yes, 100%. So it's like, this is just the norm. People get slaughtered. It's a whole thing, but you got to get your trinkets.
But it's fine because maybe you can get something for a little cheaper.
For a little bit cheaper, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Thank God for this story, Shay. I'm so happy.
I'm so glad you're happy about it.
This is ridiculous. It makes sense because I've literally gone Black Friday shopping one time, and I literally felt like everyone is literally the most selfish ever.
Oh, 100%.
Everyone is like, I don't give a fuck about anyone, and you can feel it. You can literally feel that.
When you see grandmas punching other grandmas for things, like, you're just like, I gotta go. Like, this is awkward.
People
and
just
weird.
like no regard for anyone's personal space. No regard for like,
they don't give a shit.
I'm gonna sprint faster than you to this store
to get like, this shitty ass TV that's gonna break in 2 fucking years. Like, it's stupid that I got for $1.
It's just wild. And it makes sense that this is the origin.
Yeah.
Because it still has the same vibes. Maybe it's a little tamer.
And honestly, like, I've only been to like Black Friday a couple times, and honestly, I don't really understand, and maybe because I don't have kids or whatever. That would be the only reason I would feel like that you would go out for it, was like, because like it's also notorious for Black Friday items being made with like shittier parts, right? Like, and like, or
really?
Like the yeah, that was like a whole thing like a couple years ago. Like, yeah, you have it at a bargain, but it's because they're made specifically for Black Friday and they're made with cheaper parts. Like, if you look at like a Sony TV from like Black Friday and like a different one, like from like a nice one, like it looks completely different. So you're not really getting a deal. They're fucking robbing you again blind.
Honestly, know what I realized this year? Best time to go shopping is like the first week of January. Everything is on sale.
It's great.
Everything.
It's fantastic.
Literally everything, and like so saley.
It is. It's super saley.
You guys should do that.
It's great.
Instead.
Do it.
That's what I'm gonna do. Actually, don't stay away from me.
Oh, okay.
Just kidding. People shop in the beginning of January, but
yeah, do it.
Also, I hadn't shopped in like 2 years, and I did this year in January a little bit.
Did you?
I really was proud of myself.
Good for you. You treat yourself.
Bought some new things.
Good for you.
Things for myself.
Good for you. Proud of you.
Bought shoes for myself.
Look at
winter
you.
shoes. I bought some jeans.
That's nice. Good for
you.
you.
Anyways, okay, Black Friday. Let's go.
So by 1961, Black Friday had caught on in Philadelphia to the
like extent, caught on fire.
Just caught on fire. To the extent that the city's merchants and and boosters tried to unsuccessfully change it to Big Friday in order to remove the negativity, like, you know, whatever around it. So the term didn't spread
from the original date of what it was,
right? So because they
maybe rename this,
right? So they're just like, oh, we'll just take black and just erase like all those letters, and then just put IG, Big Friday. So so yeah, the term didn't spread to the rest of the country until much later. However, and as recently as 1985, it wasn't common nationwide or anything.
Until your year of birth?
Until my year of birth. Wow. I am whatever.
I
did. From forth the womb, I brought Black Friday.
You brought the capitalism?
I did.
You brought what is that, materialism?
Yes, materialism, yes. So sometime in the late 1980s, however, realtors found a way to reinvent Black Friday and turn it into something that reflected positivity. Which is ironic because it does not promote positivity
at all.
It promotes greed and just a bunch of bullshit, but whatever. So it was just, they reinvented it to make it in the customer's mind that the notion that was like the day after Thanksgiving marked the occasion when America's stores finally turned profit. So I guess that is true. So you go from like the red to like the black. So like essentially like, you know, like, so you're turning your profit over. So it's great. It's a great day for realtors, but Black Friday was always...
But, like, they have to wait the whole year to do that?
Right, because that's kind of, like, what it symbolized or whatever.
Okay, well, whatever.
So it's a great day for realtors, but Black Friday was always represented the dark side of American consumerism, obviously.
Consumerism, that's what I was trying to say.
Black Friday, the one-day sales bonanza has morphed into a 4-day event and spawned like other retail holidays such as Small Business Saturday, Sunday, and Cyber Monday.
Which it should be every day.
100%. It should not just be one day. It should be fucking 365, motherfuckers.
Should be as much as you humanly possibly can.
Absolutely.
Because it not only benefits you, but it benefits literally everyone else around you.
Benefits your fucking town.
It does. Which benefits everyone around you.
So stores started opening earlier and earlier on that Friday, and now the most dedicated shoppers can head out right after their Thanksgiving meal. Now, I don't know what that has
That is
done.
insane that you want to do that.
Right. So I don't really understand that. But
I mean, it's not insane. If you guys are like diehard fucking Black Friday people, like, you do you. But like,
Right.
I want to fucking chill and drink after I eat all that food.
I think the earliest I've ever gone out was like maybe like 3 o'clock in the morning. And it was like when I was like, because like
that is very early and dedicated,
right? So that was like when I was a teenager, and like I thought it was.
What'd you get?
Like
a Tamagotchi?
I don't even remember.
13.
Like, I'm trying to even think. Like it was like when I would go out with my aunts and uncles, not my uncles, but like my aunts, and like they would go get towels or some shit. I'd like Kohl's, like the line would be like super fucking long.
It's like, all right, we got our towels,
right? And we're
good.
I guess I don't get it. It's just.
I mean, it's exciting to save a lot of money.
My parents just were never into that. So, like, I guess for me, it was like, whatever. Like, they were just like, if it's there, it's there. If it's not, it's not. I'm like, that's a good philosophy.
Exactly.
So, over the years, frenzied crowds competing for discounted merchandise have resulted in violence and injuries, including 17 deaths and 125 injuries at least till, like, 2021. I don't know what happened from 2021 till now, but...
It was maybe a little calmer last year, but who knows?
Well, and that's the thing. I think I talked about that in a little bit, like about how I think COVID has kind of like at least kind of pulled the reins back on some of that
and everyone's
stuff.
online shopping
right.
and shit.
So I'll talk about that here in a little bit. But
Cyber Monday.
So here's some of the funnier tales. So what do you do when you've been waiting for a sale for hours, but your kid needs to use the bathroom? Well, one customer made an unsavory choice at GameStop, leaving the store manager to deal with some of the repercussions.
No.
Quote, kid pooped on our floor because his mom didn't want to leave and have him stand in line again. Let's see.
My. So you're going to poop on the floor, Jimmy. And you're going to like
Gotta get the Sega Saturn. Okay, let's see. My dad was a police officer when the toy of the year was Tickle Me Elmo.
Oh, that shit was...
Right. Did you ever want... I mean,
My brother had... Did Austin have one? No, he had an Elmo doll.
My sister was not into Tickle Me Elmo. She was kind of too old
Kind
for
of
that.
scared me, I think.
It was, she was like into the
yeah.
Furby, but she wasn't into the Tickle Me
Yeah, I
Elmo.
was definitely into Furby, but I didn't get one of those either.
So thank God for you.
Yeah,
He
I
responded to a
been
call
scared.
at Walmart or Target. I can't remember which one. About two women beating each other up over one. When he went to break out the fight, one of the women bit his arm so hard that she actually split some skin and blood came out on the floor. He had to get his blood tested every 6 months or 2 years after the incident to make sure he didn't get any diseases from her.
Oh my God. A child?
No, a full-grown woman.
Oh, wait.
Which is worse.
I thought she bit a child.
No, she bit the officer.
The officer.
Oh, God.
Sorry, I'm not a good listener sometimes.
No, it's fine.
Oh my God, that is ridiculous.
I talk really fast and I mumble, so I apologize. So
No.
okay,
You don't.
so at one point this is a different story. So at one point there was maybe 200 people in line to check out. When a woman with her 2 full carts tried to cut to the very front, she told me that she was buying toys for kids in her church, so she should be expedited. I apologized and told her that she was that was not going to happen. Then right there in the middle of the store, she got down on her knees and started praying loudly that Jesus strike me down with righteous lightning for blocking the path of a Christian soldier. After 15 minutes of me not being struck down, she left the store.
Jesus don't work in those mysterious ways, bitch.
Kind of weird. So, so next
People are insane.
It's so fucking crazy. So next story. I've worked on Black Friday for about 7 years now, but the worst was back in 2012. I was working at Fry's Electronics, which is a very old-fashioned sentence, and we opened at about 5:30 a.m. We had this Mr. Coffee machine that was on sale for $3, and I witnessed one lady punch another lady in the face for our last non-reserved one.
Perfect. And we still sold it to her.
Still sold it to
Let
her.
her go right out of the store.
Jesus. Okay, next story.
That also is like, I'm sorry. Why was any cashier letting anyone buy more than like 3 packages of toilet paper when everyone was freaking out about that?
I don't even understand
It's
that
like,
either.
guys, you can stop. You have the power. Remember the Facebook group that brought Betty White to SNL?
Have you watched? It's true. Have you watched Don't Look Up yet?
Chris watched it while I was like doing other shit, and I got glimpses of it, and I was like, this is the exaggerated version of our lives.
Which it is, and like, but instead of toilet paper for them, they said like it was like, because it was like so stupid, like it was like, why toilet paper? And so for that movie, it was like shovels. So like it was like shovels for a meteor, and it was like,
Oh my God.
shovels $600. Like it was fucking ridiculous and hilarious. Anyway, so next story. A lady came up to me to complain about how many people were in the store, and she said she couldn't go to the sales items that she wanted because of the crowds. She asked if I could make everyone leave so that she could shop the sales in peace. I told her that wasn't possible. A few minutes later, the fire alarm went off, and we had to evacuate the whole store. The fire department came and found that lady trying to shop. She had pulled the alarm to get everyone out so she could shop in peace. She got arrested, in case anybody was wondering.
My God.
Can you imagine?
I'm just going to pull the fire alarm.
Like,
Fuck
she's
this.
just like, whatever. Well, not even that. Just to be like going up to somebody that wall-to-wall people are just like, can you have them leave? Do you know who I am? I'm Margaret. I go by Maggie for my
name
friends.
is Karen.
Yeah. Can you leave? Which is probably accurate. Her probably name was Karen.
Karen Margaret.
Yep.
Or Margaret Karen.
Okay, I work at Walmart, and a fight between 2 women broke out, and one woman flipped the other woman's stroller with her baby in it over.
Oh my God, what was it over? What was it over?
And instead of helping her child, the mother tackled the other woman. The store manager had to pick her child up and make sure it wasn't hurt. Turns out they knew each other and had an argument before, and decided the middle of the Walmart during Black Friday was the perfect time to fight. It doesn't say what it was over, but like the fact that she toppled
like it was
her over.
little...
Yeah.
Bitch, you ain't getting nothing that I'm trying to get.
God damn.
Oh my God.
So 2 more stories. A lady called 911 because we wouldn't price match with Best Buy. The police.
Like, that was the logical thing to do.
Can you imagine?
I'm going to call 911.
Hello, 911.
For the price match.
What is your emergency? They won't, like, excuse me, ma'am, what are you talking about? Like, can you hang up? Somebody's... Yeah. The police came in and arrested her for misusing the emergency services. So I'm at least
good.
Yeah.
Wow, you can get arrested for that? That's amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm glad that you can, because I'm sure.
Yeah. And lastly, there was a sale for like $1 towels, and the guy jumped into the towel bin and literally growled at anyone who tried to get a towel. He claimed them all.
Like, I'm sure in a bin, there's probably like 100 towels in there. Like, you need them?
Yeah, clearly.
Oh my God. We are just in such a special mentality sometimes.
Right. So maybe we'll see less and less of these tales, though. More and more consumers are choosing to shop online, not wanting to wait outside in the early morning show with a crush of other holiday shoppers, or battle over the last most wanted item. This was happening years before, but the coronavirus pandemic pushed shoppers online even more, obviously, in 2020, and honestly, it seemed like the same this year. I mean, I don't feel like there was any, like, Black Friday, like, but again, I don't watch TV either.
And I feel like everyone's, like, they're, like, a month long now. It's like, oh, right. Black Friday deals all month.
Right,
because it's insane to, like... You have one day, all of you motherfuckers that buy shit, that want cheap shit because we all can't afford shit.
Right.
Come one day and kill each other for a discount.
Right. So the preference for online shopping was amplified in 2020, and it became in a dominant mode for shopping that season. COVID-19 all but put an end to the in-shopping store on Thanksgiving Day, as most realtors opted to remain closed for the first time in a decade.
Wow. Wow.
Right. So it's like, again, like that scene in Cable Guy at the very end where the satellite goes out and like somebody like picks up a book and they're like, oh. Like that's kind of how it feels. It's just like, I'm sure there's people who are just like, oh, great, I don't have to get up at 3 o'clock in the fucking morning. This is awesome. Because somebody wants like,
I don't have to do this.
Somebody wants like $10 fucking candles at Bath and Body Works. Like, great. That sounds great.
Oh my, yeah.
True. Right. So while some offered in-store Black Friday sales, they were far more subdued compared to the like frenzied race from the aisles of years past. Some realtors offered like concurrent in-store and online deals for the entire month. Others like Walmart and Target offered several Black Friday events throughout November, limiting the need to line up on the big day. Mm-hmm. And with companies like Amazon, massive online realtors can create shopping demand through events like Prime Day, even in the middle of the year. So, which I've seen that a lot, like in July. Like people will just be like, Prime event or whatever, and then like you get like the same deals that you would get on like Black Friday or like Cyber whatever.
They just have the workers pissing like water bottles on the line and stuff, but it's fine.
And they search you. It's great. While they're fucking whatever, their boss goes to the moon. It's wonderful. So plus more sophisticated marketing and analytical tools allows stores to reach customers with just a few clicks anytime, regardless of whether or not it is Black Friday. The end.
That was really funny.
Yeah. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
I really did.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. It's all that matters at the end of the day. Is that Brie's happy?
As long as Brie's happy. Did you like my story?
I did like your story.
You have to tell me because I don't know if you do, and if you don't know me, then I'll never know, and then I'll think about it forever. I'm just kidding.
No, I do. It was good. It was a great
over that.
homage to Betty White.
Thanks. I hope you guys thought so too. I hope you learned new things.
I did.
About her that you never knew.
I didn't know that she was such a pioneer.
Like, yeah. For 8 decades. Mm-hmm. At least.
She had quite a fucking career.
I mean, she was in the entertainment industry since she was 8.
Yeah.
So, 92 years.
Add that up.
Add that up with your real fast math calculators.
I will. My phone.
Perfect.
Cool.
Because we got them all in our pockets finally, like they told us we wouldn't.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Fuckers. Okay, guys and gals and
people,
crats and critters.
Kits.
You crazy kittens.
You cool cats.
What did she say? Cool cats and critters? Is a critter a boy and a cat's a girl? No.
Yeah.
Carol Baskin, you crazy psycho bitch. Who killed your husband? You killed him! Anyways, we don't talk about Tiger King anymore.
No,
because that shit is gross. Anyways, well, it's that time.
It
Shay,
is that time. You ready?
It's that time,
To shine.
everyone listening. If you've never listened before, this was our podcast.
Yes.
And this is the time of the show where we roll the dice to see what number it lands on, to which will pertain to a certain topic that we will discuss on the next episode. We both roll the dice. We both have a new topic. We both are here now. So anyways, and you are too. So thank you. We love you. If you don't already follow us on Instagram, definitely do that. It's THURDYISH 30ish, but I'm sure you know how to spell it because you're listening to this podcast right now. It's not a podcast.
No.
It's a podcast.
I mean, it can be. I mean, I guess it depends if you're on the shitter.
I keep thinking of like different things to compare it to, and then I always forget when I'm at this point. It's like
It's just a staple of our own.
we are. We're our own
trailblazers. We're our own Betty Whites.
We are.
Boom.
She is our icon for sure. Trailblazing the trails.
Yes.
Ablaze.
Ablaze.
So follow us on Instagram. If you feel so inclined and have an idea for a story that you're like, this would be a great story for history, DM us. We love it. DM us whatever. Send us we love when you send us memes that remind you of being 30ish, or tag us and shit. If you tag us in shit, I'm actually going to start doing this. If you tag us in something on Instagram, and you actually tag us, we will send you a fucking cool sticker.
Yep.
So if you didn't know that already, you know now. And I will actually send you a sticker. I feel like there's maybe 3 people that I still need to send stickers to. New year, new me, okay? So just reach out to me if you want to, or just reach out to me if you want a sticker and be like, send me a sticker in the mail and we'll make you a handmade letter.
It'd be great.
It's really fun, guys.
It'd be very 90s.
This is the longest extra I've ever had. What is it? Outro.
You getting it? You getting it?
Extra.
I like it. I like the extra.
So now it's time to say goodbye to all our family and roll the dice.
My God, are we going on a journey somewhere?
MICKEYMOUSE 5. Is that wild?
I think it's wild. It is a free roll.
Will you also screenshot and send that to me one more time, because I'm actually gonna make a post about it.
Okay. That's not what I wanted.
You got wild?
I got wild.
Oh, she's gonna get wild with this pick, guys. We don't know what she's gonna pick.
Nobody knows.
It could literally be anything. It'd be like, I'm gonna talk about furniture today on the podcast.
The truth.
The 30ish podcast. Okay, right. I guess it's my turn.
It's your turn now.
Sorry, this episode's already 7 hours long. I'm just making it longer.
No. You're fine.
4 food?
Try again.
History.
It's history. It's a good one.
All right. I love me some mystery.
It's a good one.
All right, guys and gals and
all the things.
Cats and critters.
Jesus.
We love you and we thank you. And we'll see you next time. Thank you so much for listening, because this is our life.